Okay, so beta, I have shared my screen. You can see the question on the right side. At 0900 hours, while steering 300 true at a speed of 12 knots, East Channel Recon Buoy bore 180 and it was at a distance of 5 nautical mile. At 9:30 hours, the vessel altered course to starboard. We don't know how much was the alteration, what was the new course, we don't know anything, and reduced the speed to 10 knots and maintained the same speed throughout thereafter. At 10:30, the vessel altered course to 050 true at 1100 hours. Bill of Portland in this particular position bore north. The current is expected to set easterly at a rate of 2 knots. Find the vessel's position at 1100 hours and the course between 9:30 and 10:30. So is the question clear, beta? Any doubts in the question? Hope my screen and voice is okay, beta?
Yes, sir. No doubt.
Okay, all right. So let's try to apply the concepts which we just now discussed. Let me show you the chart first. Now this question is based on chart number 5056. So we have to identify number 1 East Channel Recon Buoy and number 2 Bill of Portland Light. Let's see, this is chart 5056 here. And in this chart, let me show you. This particular buoy which you see here, this one, this is the East Channel Recon Buoy. This is the one. And the lighthouse Bill of Portland is this one, beta. This is the Bill of Portland. Right, let me zoom in and show you. So this is the Bill of Portland. This is the particular light. And this is the East Channel Recon Buoy. This is the one. Okay, now once identified, let's try to put this information onto the chart. Let me erase the markings. So the question says at 0900 hours, East Channel Recon Buoy bore 180, distance is 5 nautical miles. So basically we got a fix at 9 o'clock. So let's plot it on the chart. Bearing is 180. So let's mark the bearing. Distance is 5 miles off. So let's say the 5-mile distance comes here. This is our initial position. Let's mark it as A. This is my position at 0900. So let's mark the time also. The vessel is steering 300 and the speed is 12 knots. So let's just write it here so that we are aware. 300 into 12 knots. This is the course and speed of the ship. And vessel steered this till 0930 hours. 9:30 there was no alteration, nothing. So let's first mark off the vector for 9 to 9:30. ये half an hour के लिए हम लोग vector chart पे mark कर देते हैं. So let's mark it. The course is 300. Should be something like this. And for half an hour, how much distance are we going to cover up, beta?
6 miles.
Very good, 6 nautical miles. So let's say this takes us up to this particular point. Let me mark, this is 300 into 6 miles. This is our track from 0900 to 930. Let's mark this point as B. Now at 930, vessels altered course to starboard. But what is the course? We don't know. The speed is reduced to 10 knots and maintained the same speed throughout thereafter. So we don't know what happened between 930 to 1030. So we are not aware. In fact, we need to find out what course was the vessel steering. At 1030, vessel altered course to 050. And at 1100, Bill of Portland bore north. So what I'm going to do now is, from point B, I'm going to apply my course vector, CTS vector, between 1030 and 1100. So for half an hour, I'm steering 050 and my speed is 10 knots. So what will be the distance in this case?
Five.
Very good. It will be 5 miles. So from point B, I draw my course of 050 and a distance of 5 miles. Let me mark it here, 050 into 5 miles distance. This is my CTS vector from 1030 to 11. Okay, now next what they say is, at 1100 hours, Bill of Portland bore north. So let's go to Bill of Portland now. This is the Bill of Portland light and it was bearing north. So let's draw a PL. We can extend it to somewhere close to our position. Now the current is expected to set easterly at 2 knots. So we have the current vector also. Current is setting easterly at 2 knots. So let's mark off the current at this point. We can name this point as C. And I'm going to mark off the current vector. Current is setting at a rate of 2 knots and the total time is from 9 o'clock to 11 o'clock. So 2 hours time. So what will be the drift of the current?
4.
Very good, 4 nautical miles. So easterly and 4 nautical miles. Let me plot it here. And this is easterly, which is 090. And it is the 4 miles drift. So let me mark it as the current. We have the current vector now, and this is for the entire duration. That is 9 o'clock to 11 o'clock for 2 hours. And we reach to this particular point. Let's call this point as D. Okay, now the entire information is available to us. What is missing in this case is the course which we steered from 930 to 1030. Speed was 10 knots. Speed is known to us. Now I'm opening up the chart. I'm zooming out a little bit so that we have the bigger picture. Between 9:30 to 10:30, let me write it here. 9:30 to 10:30. The course is to be found out. The speed is known to us. Speed was 10 knots. Now, beta, if you look carefully, 9 o'clock our fix is there. And for 1100 hours, we have a PL. That means at 1100 hours, we have to be somewhere on this position line. In fact, you can expand it a little bit. इसको थोड़ा सा आगे तक ले जाते हैं, यहाँ तक ले आते हैं. We have the course vector for 9 to 9:30. We have the course vector from 10:30 to 1100. We have the current vector for the entire duration. The only missing vector is 9:30 to 10:30. Now, beta, what will be the magnitude of this vector? 9:30 to 10:30, how much distance did we cover?
Ten miles.
So we have covered a distance of 10 miles because our speed was 10 knots. So if I want to apply this vector to D, I don't know in which direction I need to apply it, but the magnitude is known. Magnitude is 10 miles. So what I do now, I open up my compass equal to 10 nautical miles, keep my compass at point D and make an arc. So I keep my compass at point D and open it up 10 miles and make an arc like this. Now this arc will cut the Bill of Portland bearing line or the PL at a certain point. Let's call this point as E. If I join D to E, this distance would be 10 nautical miles.
Oh, yes.
Correct? And wherever it goes and cuts my 1100 position line, that has to be my fix at 1100 hours. This is my position. And this vector which you see, delta to eco, this vector which you see, if you read off the direction of this particular vector, align your parallel ruler, take it to the compass rose, read the direction, it will give you the course steered between 9:30 to 10:30. So is it making sense, beta?
Oh, yes.
So have a good look at the plot. Let me know any doubts coming in your mind.
And so then the same way we complete the diagram as shown before, no? Like the
Right,
CTS, the
right.
CTS we'll plotted at point B and then just complete the.
Yes, let me complete it. I'll show you the actual diagram now. Since we know the CTS, we can make the actual track of the ship. Let's make it. So you see A to B vector is the CTS vector for 9 to 9:30. Let's apply the current for this time for half an hour. It would be something like this. We can zoom in a little bit now. We can apply the current vector for half an hour and this would give us our course made good this way. This will be my first CMG 9 to 9:30. इसको हम लोग F point assume कर सकते हैं. We can call it F. Now we know our next CTS also. Let's plot the next CTS. So from this particular point, I plot my next CTS. It would go like this. This vector would be exactly same as D to E vector. So this is my CTS from 9:30 to 10:30. Let's apply the current also. Current is easterly, something like this. And now I can mark off my course made good also. This will be my second course made good. This is the 9:30 fix. We can write the time, 9:30. This is the 10:30 fix. And now from 10:30 onwards, I steered a course which is represented by this vector 10:30 to 11. Sorry, let me put it in blue color. This is the course steered, and I have to put the current vector also for 1 hour. So when you put the current vector, you will reach exactly at this particular point. And we can also draw the course made good for the third leg. So this is the actual track of the ship. The green color track which you see, A to F, you can call this as G, F to G, and G to E. This is the actual track of the ship. This is half an hour triangle. The first triangle is for half an hour. The second triangle is for 1 hour. And the third triangle is also for half an hour, 10:30 to 1100 hours. So total time completed is 2 hours. 9 to 9:30, 9:30 to 10:30, 10:30 to 11, and the ship reaches at point E at 11 o'clock. And the bill of Portland bearing is 000 here. So that completes the plot. So have a good look at it and let me know your doubts better. बेटा ये समझ में आ रहा है, ऊपर से तो नहीं जा रहा सब?
नहीं सर, आ रहा है सर.
Okay, all right. So any doubts coming in the mind?
No sir.
Okay. अब बेटा मेरे माइंड में एक डाउट आ रहा है.
हाँ सर, पूछिए.
मेरे माइंड में ये डाउट आ रहा है कि हमने ये जो CTS निकाला है, हमने अपनी कंपास को D पॉइंट पे रखा, उसे 10 माइल्स ओपन किया and I cut on this PL, right?
Right sir. Yes sir.
अब मेरे माइंड में ये आ रहा है बेटा कि ये जो PL है, ये PL तो नीचे तक भी जाती है, इट गोज अप टू हियर, और ये जो 10 माइल्स है ये तो यहाँ भी कट करेगा इस तरफ भी तो कट करेगा ना?
Oh yes.
So why have I not taken this position? ये भी तो आंसर हो सकता है हमारा, isn't it? ये डाउट आ गया इसमें बेटा. Does the question has two answers? मुझे लग रहा है इसमें दो आंसर आएंगे.
सर इसमें ऑलरेडी इसमें बोला हुआ ना सर कि वेसल 300 ट्रू और 12 नॉट स्टीयर किया है, तो नीचे वाला तो हो ही नहीं सकता ना सर.
300 एंड 12 नॉट वो तो हमारा 9 to 9:30 का कोर्स था. बट 9:30 to 10:30 तो बेटा ये हो सकता है ना रेड कलर ट्रैक. क्योंकि मैं अगर यहां से इसे ऐसे बना दूंगा, राइट, उसके बाद फिर ये इस पोजीशन पे आके मीट करेगा. एंड व्हेन आई कीप माय कंपास सेंटर्ड एट डी, ओपन इट अप 10 miles, तो ये तो लाइन को दो जगह पे काटेगी. It will make a circle kind something like this na, when I draw the arc, and it will cut at this location also. So is this a possibility for my 1100 position? क्योंकि यहाँ भी बिल ऑफ पोर्टलैंड नॉर्थ बियरिंग पे ही है.
सर उसमें दिया ना कि द वेसल ऑल्टर्ड कोर्स टू स्टारबोर्ड.
वेरी गुड. ये किसने देखा बेटा?
नवजोत सिंह सर.
वेरी गुड नवजोत, वेरी गुड. देखो बेटा यहाँ पे हमें ध्यान से देखना पड़ेगा. सी सेकेंड लाइन में उन्होंने क्या लिखा है? उन्होंने लिखा है एट 9:30 hours वेसल ऑल्टर्ड कोर्स टू स्टारबोर्ड. सो अगर मैं अपना 9:30 के बाद नेक्स्ट कोर्स ये वाला लेता हूँ, दिस वन, my course was 300, first course was 300. If I take this is going to be something like, if you look at the compass rose, something like 340 or something like this. I'm just taking a approximate figure. But अगर आप ये रेड कलर वाला ट्रैक लेते हो तो ये क्या कोर्स होगा? This will be something like 220 or so. Now if you were initially steering 300 and you altered to starboard, you can only go 340, you cannot go 220. Okay, so this crosses out the possibility of the red CTS. This cannot be our CTS क्योंकि उन्होंने हमें बताया है at 9:30 vessel altered course to starboard. क्लियर हुआ बेटा? See, vessel altered course to starboard.
ओके सर.
क्लियर हो गया ना बेटा?
यस सर.
राइट. सो नाउ वी आर गोइंग इनटू डीपर वाटर. शैलो वाटर स्विमिंग सीख लिया अब हमने. अब हम डीपर वाटर्स में जा रहे हैं. वेरी गुड. So if you want, you can take a screenshot. Right now you have the answer on the left hand side of the screen. You have the question on the right side of the screen. You can take a screenshot and you can practice this on your actual chart beta.